Hello, my name is Fatma Al Ali. I'm a multidisciplinary artist based in Sharjah, and my practice revolves around material manipulation and untangling societal structures and ideas. My work here at the NIKA project space is titled My Mother Told Me Not to Collect Bricks, and it's a body of work that is made out of plaster and latex, and through it I am trying to untangle the idea of walls and structures that are used in society and also as a material form, trying to see how one brick can be interchangeable and shown in different places or different ideas, and also tapping through the idea of a mold and how through the process of creating and recreating the bricks over and over again, trying to see how even though we have the same brick, the same mold, sometimes it's over to collapse. I'm also trying to untangle the idea of a mold and how even though the circumstances are very controlled, so either with its the material or the quantity or the time that I keep on recreating the latex molds, the latex bricks, it keeps on coming out differently each time. And every time it's a surprise to me, even as an artist, that I don't even know how it's going to come out. This work has been created previously in 2020, but with this exhibition I wanted to push it forward and see it to its full potential. So I used the bricks and the pedestals and trying to manipulate it in a form and see it in different ways where it's structured. So sometimes you will see the bricks on the bottom of the plinth or the pedestal, and other times you might see it in the middle and on top. So just trying to see how the malleability of the latex itself, how can it affect the structure as a whole, and if it is placed on the bottom, will the plinth in itself tilt or shift in a way, and again with the middle one and the top one, and just trying to untangle this idea of a unified whole of walls or structures or societal norms and all that come underneath the different layers within that. Aside from that, I also chose to have some bricks shown in the wall itself, aside from the plinths, and with that I am questioning the idea of the skins that are created, so the latex skins on top of the bricks itself, and thinking about if it is created from the same material or if it's created with the same quantity and shape. If it's created 100 times, will it always come out the same way or will it differ? And if I am playing with it and creating it and putting it on top of the brick itself, does that bring back the idea of the copying of the shape or the brick itself or not? Through this artwork as well, I am questioning the idea of the metaphor of the brick itself, how it can be perceived in a way as a human expression or perception, and thinking of it as a structure or unit that is used to build walls and homes and places that are usually used to protect and shelter. But what happens when this smallest unit of the brick is not really stable? How will that affect the outer shape of the entire structure? And also thinking about the interior and the exterior, the mold and the relief, strength and fragility, the system and the individual, and all that and all the opposites that come with that as well. Also through my practice, I enjoy a lot the material manipulation. I always look at the material when I start the process of creating an artwork and seeing what is usually perceived, what it is supposed to be, and in a way thinking of how I can defy it and change it to serve another option. Also like thinking how it can be defied and served interchangeably as what it is supposed to be. So like with plaster, it's usually used as a material that is in between. Usually we create plaster molds to create whether it's aluminium, concrete, clay artworks. But for me, I wanted to highlight the plaster itself and to bring it as a material on itself forth, and to play around with the fragility of it and how I can make it strong or fragile. Also with the latex itself, it was a very interesting material. It was the first time that I worked with latex. It had this quality that reminded me of a glove, or it reminded me of a skin. And as I was creating it over and over again, I kept on looking at the mold itself and the material itself and like how it represented skins, and making me question or think of the idea that how many skins do we have and how many masks do we show or put on top of ourselves, to whether it's in different societies or in different places. The brick itself, it's usually it's made out of clay, water, wind and fire, and for me that resembled life in essence. I wanted to see the interchangeability of that while manipulating the materials that I chose to recreate the brick. So it wasn't a traditional brick in a sense. It was created with different materials, and I wanted to push it forward and see like how this small metaphor of an artwork, of our piece, can be represented to showcase different ideas within that. The brick on itself can exist as a unit and can exist as a whole. It can be both seen and unseen, covered and uncovered, noticed and unnoticed. So I really wanted to bring that forward and to showcase it as the highlight of the work itself.